I'd like to share something with you that may sound a bit uncomfortable at first. You know that feeling when you walk into your office and immediately sense the tension? Or when one person's bad mood seems to spread through your entire team like wildfire? Here's the thing, you're not the problem, but you're part of the pattern. And honestly, understanding that could be the breakthrough you've been waiting for. I want to show you something that's completely shifted how I think about leadership. And it could change how you lead from today. It's called Betari's box, and if you've ever felt like your team's energy drags you down, this is absolutely worth paying attention to. Betari's box is beautifully simple, but it's also a bit of a wake-up call. Here's what it tells us. Your attitude affects your behaviour. Your behaviour affects other people's attitudes. Their attitude affects their behaviour, which loops right back round to affect yours. Can you see the cycle? This is exactly why one person's foul mood can poison an entire room, and why one calm, grounded leader can reset the tone for everyone. Let me paint you a picture of how this plays out in real life. You're already feeling frazzled before you even walk into that morning meeting. Maybe you had a row with your partner, or you're stressed about hitting targets, or you didn't sleep well. You come across as a bit abrupt, maybe distracted. Your team picks up on that energy immediately. They withdraw, they become quieter, they stop contributing. You read that as resistance or disengagement, and you shut down even more. Does this sound familiar? This isn't about blame, by the way, it's about awareness, because the moment you clock this pattern, and I mean really see it, you have a choice. Leadership isn't just about strategy and processes, it's about your state. It's about the energy you bring into every interaction. Now here's where things get interesting. There's another tool that adds a powerful layer to this understanding. It's called the OK Corral, and it originates from a concept known as transactional analysis. The OK Corral helps you map how your mindset shapes your responses. There are 4 basic positions we can land in, and I guarantee you'll recognize yourself in at least one of these. I'm okay, you're okay. This is where trust lives. This is where collaboration starts. When you're in this space, you're curious, you're open, you're looking for solutions together. I'm okay, you're not okay. This is where judgment creeps in. This is micromanagement territory. This is where you start thinking, why can't they just get it right? I'm not okay, you're okay. This is where imposter syndrome lives. This is where you defer to everyone else, where you avoid making decisions because you're worried you'll get it wrong. I'm not okay, you're not okay. This is the space of conflict, distrust, and feeling completely helpless. This is where you think nothing's working, nobody cares, what's the point? Which one sounds familiar when things get tense in your workplace? Here's what I've learned from working with hundreds of managers. We move between these boxes all the time without realizing it, and most of us have a default box we automatically go to when we're under pressure. The goal isn't to never visit the other boxes, that's impossible. The goal is to spend more time in the I'm okay, you're okay space, because this is where real connection and change happen. When you bring Betari's box and the OK Corral together, they become like a compass for your leadership. One shows you the cycle of influence, while the other reveals the mindset behind your reactions. Combined, they help you regain control when conversations start to spiral, break those exhausting cycles of defensiveness or avoidance, reset how your team experiences you as a leader. It doesn't mean everything will suddenly go smoothly. I wish it did, but it does mean you'll walk into difficult situations with more awareness and clarity. Right, so this is all well and good in theory, but how do you put it into practice? Here are some things that have worked brilliantly for me and the managers I work with. First, the 3-minute mood reset. Before any tough conversation, give yourself 3 minutes, just 3. Ask yourself, what attitude am I bringing into this room right now? How might that shape my behaviour and theirs? Even just naming it changes how you show up. I've seen managers completely transform difficult conversations just by doing this simple check-in. Next, use the OK Corral as your debrief tool. After a meeting that didn't go well or a tricky moment with a team member, Take a moment to reflect. What position did I slip into? Was I judging, avoiding, or giving up? What would the I'm okay, you're okay version of me have done differently? This builds self-awareness and leadership maturity faster than any course I've ever seen. Another idea is to run a team check-in. Select one of your regular team meetings and try this approach. Ask your team, what kind of energy do we notice in the room today? Then introduce them to Betari's box. Show them how moods ripple through teams. Ask for their ideas on how to work together to reset. This creates a powerful shift in team dynamics because everyone suddenly becomes aware of their impact on others. Also, spot your patterns early. Keep a simple log for a week. Nothing fancy, and just note, what's your default reaction when you're under pressure? When does it show up most? Which OK Corral box are you in? I had one manager who realised she always went into I'm not okay, you're okay mode whenever her boss questioned her decisions. Once she spotted the pattern, she could interrupt it. Finally, transform your one-to-ones. This is where things get really powerful. In your next one-to-one, ask your team member, when things go wrong at work, what tends to happen to your mindset? Do you blame yourself? Blame others or something else? It opens up a completely new level of conversation around accountability, self-awareness and growth. I know you're dealing with performance issues, behaviour problems, team conflicts and probably a million other things on your plate. You're tired of feeling like you're constantly putting out fires, tired of the same problems coming up again and again. But here's what I've learned after years of helping managers navigate this stuff. Better conversations don't start with finding better words. They start by bringing a better state to the conversation. When you understand Betari's box and the OK Corral, you stop being at the mercy of other people's moods. You stop taking their reactions so personally. You start leading from a place of choice instead of reaction. And that changes everything. Your team will notice. They'll start bringing different energy to their interactions with you. The whole dynamic shifts. If this has given you that light bulb moment, then I've got something that will help you put this into practice straight away. I've created a free tool called the Conversation Reset Coach. It's a quick chatbot that helps you reset your mindset before any high-stakes conversation and plan the conversation for the best results. It takes about 2 minutes and it walks you through what you need for success. Give it a try before your next challenging conversation, because when you change your state, you change the conversation. And when you change the conversation, you change everything. You're not broken, you're not failing as a leader, you're just human, dealing with other humans, and now you've got the tools to do it better.